Alright guys, so in the last video I told everyone in the outro that I would clean my room instead of procrastinating playing chess, but I decided to take a shower. Now I'm gonna play a game of chess and then I will only then I will do whatever I need to do. So we have French defense, and I watch a lot of Daniel Naroditsky's videos, and he always plays d4. It's not what I play, but I'm gonna give it a try. And here he plays knight e2. Reason being, because you want to not play knight c3 because of bishop b4, and there's a lot of theory. And if he plays bishop b4 here, you can play c3, something like that. Something like that. So now he's starting to take here. You can play advanced. Which I'm not very familiar with. We could also play knight f3, but that would just sack the pawn. You know, we cannot recapture. We could also play bishop d3. Bishop e3 takes. And if take, bishop e5, check, and then we take up the queen. I think this should be okay. So we blunder check this because I am out of theory, unfortunately. Unfortunately, I am completely out of theory. Let's bring it closer. So now, this essentially doesn't threaten anything, so we can go knight f3, just develop a piece. We can do this without any calculation, I feel, because, you know, I don't know. As this move didn't really change the dynamic of the position. Maybe that's what I was trying to say. So castles. Now that he castled, I feel like we can go e5. I'm really excited to play e5 here. And okay, we could have just castled, but why did I decide to go for e5? Because I see a potential bishop sacrifice. Doesn't work here, because after oh, well, yeah, don't look at my arrows. Takes here, he has takes. Yeah. That's pretty much the end of the line. But we do have h4. And then knight g5. And then knight f3. And then maybe something. Maybe it's too slow. Perhaps it's too slow. But okay. Okay, c5. This is what you're looking for in the French. You're looking for the c5 breaking this. And we don't want it to break. So we're gonna, you know, we need the protection of this pawn. So I'm gonna keep defending it somehow, some way. I'm still dreaming. And I'm still dreaming of this. Still dreaming. Alright. So here, check. If takes for check. I think it works, guys. Or doesn't it work? Okay. Calm down. Will this be the first game after 2 games where I don't blunder? Or will this be a blunder? Takes. King takes. Knight g5. If he goes back, I have queen here. And if he takes here, I still have the same threat. If he goes f6 in that position, we have g6. So here we check discovery, goes back, still. Yeah, this just feels winning. I don't see how he's defending this. I honestly don't see it. Please take the bishop. Please. Well, even if you don't take the bishop, I think I'm still completely winning. Or I'm just wrong. Totally wrong here. That's also possible. It's been a while since I really stacked the piece, so I got really excited here. But our opponent, yeah, he's thinking. So my thought process was, if he takes knight g5, and if it takes, I have this discovery on the king, and queen h5 is coming. So yes, he does this. So queen to knight g5. And if he takes here, we have this discovery on the king. King has to go back. But even going forward would be devastating due to queen h4, 5, checkmate. And if he goes back, I have pretty much the same idea. Yeah. Queen h5. But king g6 here is interesting. I actually didn't see this. And if I go queen c2 there, is f5. En passant. Yeah, he still feels a lot stuck. He's not getting out, actually. Because after king g6, queen there. Okay. You might be able to go to queen h5. But the normal, natural move would be to go f5. And after takes en passant with check, he still has to move somewhere. He can dare even give a check. He has to go to g4. There must be a checkmate somewhere. Let's say f3. King here. Knight f1 in that position looks very checkmate to me. I think that's checkmate. If the king goes here, there's knight f1 checkmate. Imagine that. Ooh, that's juicy. That's juicy stuff. I actually want him to go to g6 now. But if he goes back, it's gonna be fairly simple. Because we just go to queen h5, thread and mate. He has to take. He has to pretty much take. Notice that f6 in that position wouldn't help because the knight is still protecting that square. So in that position he has to take. And then, the same stuff happens. So let's say king g6, g8, queen here, takes. And try to make an escape strat. g6 doesn't work. That's mate. f6 doesn't work. Because I can push the pawn, which has now, from where the knight is, to g6. Still occupying all the squares. And if the rook moves to make left here, when the king is here, we can just still give mate. So, he takes. Oh, did I miss something here? Oh. So we don't. We do take. But we could also start with this. What is better? Queen h4, 5 check, back and then takes? Or do we take? We check, he has to go back. Oh! Queen h5 check is better because now, if he don't do it and give a check, he can go to g6. Ah, and there everything is much different because we go to c2, get a check. Now f5 is really strong. After en passant you can take with the king, or you can just go back. You survive. So we have to play queen h5 in order to prevent the king to go to g6, because now without the knight we don't have a mating threat. Amazing. So let's give the check. Now we take, and now f5 is, or f6 is not helping because we can go g6 in that position. Very good stuff. Very good stuff. Very nice miniature. So f6, we go g6. We don't care about him taking the pawn because we have mate. We also are trending mate at the moment, either on this or this square. So, yeah. This is just absolutely devastating. Notice how we actually just developed two pieces, the knight and the bishop here were the active pieces, and with those two pieces, okay, together with the queen, we managed to activate the rook on the open file, which is now so devastating that mate is impossible to stop. Impossible to stop. Opponent still thinking of a way to get out. G6 doesn't work, still mate. Knight f6 doesn't work, still mate. So he just resigns, and that's game. That's game. This was a nice game. Let's go straight to the analysis. Hopefully it doesn't bug out. And yeah, so Danya plays knight d2. Because in this line, if you play knight c3, which is more natural, you have bishop b4. And bishop b4, okay, engine still likes it, but if I look at the opening database, which doesn't show me anything, I think this has a lot of venom in it. Don't ask me why, because I don't play it. But let's say e takes, knight f6. I actually have no clue why this has so much venom. But I'm also just playing the engine lines. I don't know. Don't ask me why. It's just not. I should know actually. But whatever. I don't know. Bishop d3. Just developing and counteracting the threat, because after knight f6 you are threatening to just take here and win a pawn. You cannot recapture, as you would lose the knight. So we have to do something about that. And our opponent develops. We also develop. And after he castles, we went e5. Knight goes back. And already when you see something like this, the knight that has gone back, so there's no knight on f6, there's actually no real pieces. Well, there's this bishop defending the king. You can already start thinking of ways to sack your bishop and go for the attack. And since it didn't work in this position, we went for the h5 line to make it work. It might not be the best line, but we were definitely having ideas here. Here we could already go for the bishop sack apparently, but we went for safe stuff, which was maybe not the way to go. But after knight c6, yeah, we went for the sack, and it actually didn't work. It didn't work? Was good, no? Okay, the engine was just... Oh, there's bishop h6. Oh, oof. Made a mistake here. Oof, 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 oof. Oof, oof, oof. Oh, I didn't see this. So I had to go h takes g5, and after king g6. Oh, you go h5 anyways. f5. Wait, what? So every square is here occupied. You can only go here. But g4 doesn't work, he says. They say g4 doesn't work? Which I found really weird, because I do think it works. Because here, and then you go somewhere into knight. We check. I was thinking here. And then after he goes somewhere. Queen h3, here. Yeah, there are loads of mates here because the king is essentially trapped. He cannot even go back to his own base. Yeah, we managed to blunder again, but we're happy with the results. Ay, ay, ay. Goodbye.